It is Season 3, Episode 2 of New Hope Underground. Thanks for joining us today. Today's episode is entitled, Not So Nice Parrots, and Ty the Surrenderer. And now here is your host Darren Hansen, with special guest host, Braden Kaiser.
Hey, welcome to New Hope Underground. It is Season 3. I almost forgot what season was. Season 3, Episode 2. I mean, we're only in Episode 2, and I already forgot the season. Hey, today I've got a new guest host, and it's Braden Kaiser. What's up, Braden?
Hello. How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm pretty good, yeah.
Now, this is exactly how this went down, just so everybody knows. I'm downstairs. Braden walks in the door. I'm at church. He walks in the door. He's going in to talk to his mom. I'm like, Braden, I need some help on a podcast. Want to help me? And so he walks upstairs, and here we are.
Yep.
And that was it.
Yep, that was it.
Now, I know why, and even though the audience doesn't know, I know why I can count on you for this, is because you have some podcasting experience.
Yeah.
Tell people about your podcast. Are you still doing it?
No, we kind of discontinued it after all the corona and all that.
Yeah,
but,
that kind of hurt things.
And then we just decided to stop.
But what was the name of it again?
Vibin' with Braden and Michael.
See, I remember the name of it, but I wanted you to say it.
Yeah.
But anyway, and it was pretty funny. You guys were pretty random on there.
Yeah, it was very, very random. It's just whatever came across the table.
Whatever came across the table. Mm-hmm. Do you have like a favorite episode? Like what did you talk about in one of your favorite episodes?
I think my favorite episode was where we brought a guest on, a friend I had named Trig. That was a pretty good episode because he's really funny and he just talks and talks about really funny stuff. So it was
just naturally funny.
Yes,
yeah. Well, that's great. So did you have a good experience with that? I mean, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was fun. I think we'll come back to it, but we're just kind of taking a break right now.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Well, get the creative juices going again. You know, it takes. I have a hard time keeping up with things. That's for sure. So if people knew how much I fly off the seat of my pants, then nobody'd listen. So. Yeah. But no, at the same time, I think some of the spontaneity makes it more fun.
Yeah.
You know, like today, grabbing you and bringing you in my office, and here we go. Put you on a mic, and hey. So anyway, Braden, tell me about, how old are you?
I'm 15.
15, and what year in school are you?
Sophomore.
That's what I thought, sophomore. Do you know the word sophomore means wise fool?
I did not.
It does. It comes from Sophia in Greek, which is wisdom, and then mor, which is moronic, actually, or fool. So anyway, you're a wise fool. How's that? How do you feel?
Don't feel any different.
So you enjoying school? Are you guys going virtually or what's going on?
We're in person. So
you're in person.
Some people chose to go virtual, but yeah, so far we're still in person.
Well, that's good. You enjoying it though?
Yeah, it's fine.
Are you liking that, or do you wish you were virtual?
I would have rather been in person. So. Yeah, this is a lot better.
It's a better to learn,
yes.
Better learning environment. Did you have to do any virtual stuff, like the beginning of COVID?
Last semester.
Okay, that gets old after a while.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. It was hard to concentrate too, you know, just sitting on the couch, you know, the TV's right there. You're really tempted to just turn it on and watch TV, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
No doubt. Now, Braden's been a New Hope like forever. Haven't you?
Pretty much my whole life.
Pretty much your whole life. You were born here, I think. It's somewhere down in the children's department.
My mom was pregnant when they were building the new part out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been here.
I'm as old
You've
as
been
the
here your
church.
whole life, pretty much here. Yeah. You're a New Hoper in the truest of sense.
A native.
But now, what are the things you like to do? What are some of your hobbies?
Video games.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Got a favorite game?
Minecraft.
Yes. Really? Mm-hmm. Just build stuff.
I do. I just build stuff.
I don't have the patience for that. I don't know much about Minecraft. Do you destroy things too?
Yeah, you can. Sometimes
other people's stuff,
you
or
mix it
stuff?
up. Well, you can build something like kind of simple, but like it's still fun to destroy stuff.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, I'm really good at destroying things because it doesn't take as much patience. It's the building that gets me.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, hey, welcome and thanks for being my co-host on this episode. We've got some really good stuff coming up in this episode. I actually have an interview with Ty Griffith. He's a guy here in our church, and that's going to be coming up here soon. He does a little 2-minute drill. So we call that the Spotlight. We haven't done a Spotlight in quite a while, so I'm bringing that back. And we also I don't know if you've been. We've started a new thing called Dr. Reed, and it's my son Reed, who is not a doctor at all, but he basically we talked to him about all sorts of stuff, animals and things like that.
Yeah.
And he just got done with this expose on dolphins, on porpoises. You need to listen to that if you get a chance, Braden.
I think I will. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've got a story I want to throw at you, and we'll talk. I always have a story. Now, like I always say, almost every episode, the reason we talk about these news stories is because this is the real news. All the rest of the news is fake, especially if people want to make an agenda out of news, then they lie about it. But this is the type of news that nobody wants to lie about because there's no reason to lie. It's crazy and everybody enjoys it. So, but here we go. And that is this. There was a wildlife park in England, and they just received 5 parrots, for their park. They put them out there. The problem was that they found out is that these 5 parrots just cursed up a storm. Oh, and they would not stop. They just was swearing all the time.
Oh my gosh.
And so they were getting ready to open up this park for public view, and they just didn't know what to do because what happened was, because of COVID and some other things, they actually had to quarantine these parrots, and apparently all 5 of them didn't used to cuss, but now they do because they were quarantined together. And apparently one of them rubbed off on the other ones.
Oh, my goodness.
And so now 5 of them are all cursing, and they don't know what to do with them because they basically said that they're going to have to split them up, I guess, and put them in different parts of the park. And they're hoping that when kids go by and look at the different exhibits, that they won't hear the swearing if it's just one parrot as opposed to 5 at one time, because they say it's pretty darn loud and you can't.
Oh my!
You can't help but be a little bit offended.
That's really bad.
Have you ever been around a cursing parrot?
I have not. I can't say that I have, but that would definitely be an experience.
Oh, you're
going
not
to the zoo and hearing a cursing parrot.
Like you're like little kid go, Mom, I think they just said, can you hear that? They said that what they're afraid of though is that they split these parrots up into different parts of the park where they're going to be with other parrots that don't curse. Yeah. So they're hoping the non-cursing parrots will rub off on the cursing ones and maybe it'll go away.
Hopefully not the other way around again.
But what I found was interesting was some of the words in the actual interview. What was said by one of the park keepers was that for the last 25 years, we've always taken in parrots, and they have sometimes had a bit of blue language. And we've kind of gotten used to it, but every now and then you get one that swears, and it's just not funny. Other people, they find it comical, but I guess it's not really that funny in the long run.
Yeah.
And it's said that the more they swear around, some people laugh. Like the people, the zookeepers and so forth. And when they laugh, that gets the parrots going. They think it's funny, and so they start cursing more.
Oh, my goodness.
And so it just kind of like sends this ball rolling.
A loop.
And the thing that I thought was just hilarious at the end of the article is he said, if they have over 250 birds at this place, and they said, if they start to teach the others bad language and I end up with 250 swearing birds, I don't know what we're going to do.
Oh, my goodness.
So anyway, I didn't know parrots taught each other.
I didn't either.
I mean, think about that for a second. I guess you can, if you're going to get a parrot, if you have a pet parrot, I guess I've never really heard of anybody having 2 parrots or more parrots. Yeah. So if you put 2 or more parrots out there, they
talk to each other.
Yeah, they talk to each other and teach each other language, I guess.
It's just like them learning words off of us, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that brings up another good question, Braden. Who taught these parrots? Who's teaching them how to swear? And when do they have the time for this? Is this like somebody in the pet shop? Or, I mean, where do they get these parrots anyway?
Whoever shipped them there, maybe.
Yeah, from the South America or something. So there's someone in the process who is not doing a very nice thing. Yeah. Teaching these parrots how to curse. And then they throw them into some sort of container, you will, or a cage. I don't know where they put them, but they put them in with 5 other ones. And next thing you know, you've got a problem on your hands.
That's really bad.
I thought it was hilarious.
That is very funny.
250 birds, and you know what? Guys, like, what are we gonna do if they all start cursing?
That would be bad.
What kind of zoo would that be? Exactly. In fact, it might become more famous if you think about it. Become the wildlife park known for the cursing parrots.
The cursing parrots.
Yeah. In fact, you might get a whole different clientele. The kids may stop coming. Yeah. The parents may say, "I'm not taking my kids there." But anyway, what could be more funny at a zoo than cursing parrots? Parrots. Can you think of anything else? Like, I don't know, penguins doing tricks. I mean, everybody thinks that's cute. Yeah. You know. Most things animals do you think are cute.
Elephants pooping and peeing.
Yeah.
A lot of people find that entertaining for some reason. But
it's disgusting. Yeah. But yeah, people find that entertaining. Mm-hmm. I remember taking my kids to the park, or it was the zoo in Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a small zoo, and we got on the train, paid some good money to go on the train. And majority of the train ride went around compost piles. Oh. I thought, what kind of view is this?
Yeah, that's some train.
I wonder if they brought in some swearing parrots too. I mean, no telling what kind of. Yeah. Not sure exactly what kind of management's there. You ever been to a zoo, like big time?
Yeah.
Which one? St. Louis. St. Louis Zoo.
Yeah.
That's free, right?
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, a lot of people go because it's free, especially if you're from around here. You know.
This last couple summers ago, I was at the Omaha Zoo in Nebraska. Mm-hmm. I thought Omaha, but it was a huge zoo. Really? And we went on one of those sky rides, you know what I'm talking about? It goes over the zoo.
Yeah, yeah.
And there were just a couple places I was a little bit unnerved that they're going over. Like, you're going over like the lions area. Oh. I'm just thinking, what happens if... I know. Not only would you fall and get hurt, I mean, it's probably not far enough to die. Maybe you could. I don't know if you land wrong. Mm-hmm. But if whatever's left of you, you can't get away if your legs are broken, and the lions are like...
I'm kind of hungry today.
I know, just kind of a scary thing. Mm-hmm. But I made it. I was safe, so, you know.
That's good.
And they didn't have, I don't remember them having any parrots. They had some talking birds, but I didn't stay around long enough to see if they swore or not. Guess I should have.
Yeah.
But so, any wild experiences for you then at the zoo?
No. Again, the most entertaining part was probably the elephants doing
just
their business.
Embarrassing times, yeah. Yes. And you don't want to be around when that's going on because you're just about the right height to be under there. You know what I'm saying? That's not good.
Yeah. Luckily, they didn't come that close to us, but you'd hate to be close to that pea stream. That'd be pretty bad.
You're like, fortunately, they weren't that close to me. It's like, what kind of zoo is it where they can get that close to you? It's like a petting zoo for elephants. Some people are saying we need to shut zoos down, you know, because they're, we need to let the animals free. And I think some animals, if they had a chance to talk, would say, "Man, I'm kicking this pretty good. This is I'm
free meals and
you're feeding.
They're
me
living the
day.
Life in there.
Yeah, you're like hosing me down when I want to, you know, that kind of thing. When it's hot out. I don't know. It sounds good to me. I wouldn't mind living in a zoo. Yeah. Think about it.
Just like a dog in a house, you know. I'd love to live in a house instead of, just out in the wild like my ancestors or whatever.
Yeah, and all you got to do is let people come and gawk at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Big deal. In fact, if you're like a dangerous animal, you could scare them off real easy if you wanted to. Just, I'm
not in the mood today. You get out of here.
We actually went to the world famous San Diego Zoo.
Oh, yeah?
When the kids were really little. And I remember thinking it was such a ripoff because most of the animals weren't even out. You know, so you go by these empty cages, empty grass areas. It's like, I came all this way to see grass.
World famous, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, world famous. It would have been a lot more interesting if they would have had swearing parrots.
Yes, it would have.
Welcome back to Spotlight. Now, the reason I say welcome back is because we haven't had a Spotlight in quite a while. Spotlight is an opportunity for us to talk to somebody in our church or on our staff or, whatever, just to get to know them better. And so today we have a guest. Welcome, Ty Griffith. Hey, Ty.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing, man?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Doing great. So welcome to New Hope Underground.
Well, thanks for having me.
And I know you listen to New Hope Underground.
Yes, frequently.
And there's a handful of you. So I thought, well, I've got to start with that handful of people, at least start interviewing you guys, because we got to know why your mind works the way it does. Because if you like Underground, there's something crazy about you.
got to find out what makes us tick and kind of replicate that. Or
exactly. That's exactly right. Now, once you tell us a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind, just tell us, about your family a little bit and maybe how long you've been coming to New Hope and that kind of thing.
Sure. So my wife and I, we've been married. Let's see, I do the math. It's going to be 13 years. So, and we have 2 kids, a 3 and a 6-year-old girls. So, life can get a little crazy sometimes. We've been going to New Hope about 5 years. I think Charlotte was about 1 when we started going to New Hope. So
okay, you got 2 girls.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Wow. Pray for me now.
What is it like to be a dad of just girls?
Interesting. You do find out, in my household growing up, it was sports and, bike rides and buddy elbows and all that stuff. And, the girls can get a little rambunctious sometimes, but there's definitely more princesses than I ever remember.
Do you do any tea parties at your house?
I've been involved in a tea party. I'm more of a witnesser to some of that stuff. But when your little girl asks you to play tea party, or
you got to do it, man.
You got to do it. So
now, what do you look forward to as they get older? I mean, you gonna be carrying a 2x4?
Yeah. So I'm lucky enough to where their kids are attached to their cell phone. So Charlotte, if you're listening to this, don't try to turn it off. There will be GPS lock. Have you heard of Tile? Tiles can pretty much track anywhere. I say all this, and somebody told me a story the other day of how they said, well, I can see where my kid's at. They're at home like they're supposed to be because they were out. And they said, well, and the guy was sitting there with his wife. He said, well, that they can just put their cell phone up at the house and then leave again. And he's like, why did you say that? Why did you say that? So as much as I think that I'm going to be able to do anything, I really can't do anything.
You can try to protect the best you can, though. And you're already thinking about it, so that's good. Even though your girls are young, they will get older. I hate to tell you that.
Yeah, I was 16 and 17 once.
Now, do you have any siblings?
So I have a sister who has has a nephew. She just had a little boy. And then I had an older brother growing up. He's about 5 years old.
Okay, so there's another boy in the family, so that's good. Now, how long have you been married? You said your wife's name?
Bree.
And how long have you guys been married?
Since 2007, and our anniversary's coming up on the 13th. So,
oh, wow.
I'm a Dietrich High School student, so I don't do math well.
So, but you guys are... the fact that you remember your anniversary, that's a good thing. I mean, come on.
And especially that I didn't mess it up on here for you to play over and over and over again.
Now, Ty does insurance. You're an insurance guy.
Yes, I recently just started my own independent agency here in June. So a lot of wisdom.
Little commercial there. Griffith Insurance.
Griffith Insurance, yes. Started in June in the middle of a pandemic. Everybody wants to start a business in the middle of a pandemic.
Who doesn't?
Right?
Who doesn't?
Who does that?
We've had a couple friends of mine that have started businesses right about then too, alongside of you. So I know it hasn't been easy, that's for sure. But you're up and running.
Doing well.
That's good. Now, one thing, like I said before, you listen to New Hope Underground. You were telling me that one of Dr. Reed's stories about the muddy monster down in Murfreesboro area, I guess that kind of struck a chord with you.
Oh yeah, well, I'm a total science fiction nerd.
Oh yeah.
So when you talk about something like that, he did a lot of research, and you could tell by all the research that he did that he had, stories, and to be honest, he could have made half of it up, but if he made half of it up, then that's even better.
He could have, and I'm not even sure myself if he did.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I think he read quite a bit about it. He really did.
I was going to say, if he made half of that up as convincing as I heard it, he needs to be like a used car salesman somewhere.
Well, see, he actually got cued in from Brittany Palmer, who comes to our church here, and she made a comment about, because we were talking about Bigfoot and Sasquatch and all that stuff, and so she made a comment, have you ever heard about this? And so it got him really interested, so he started reading everything about it. So anyway...
So that's...
have you ran into that guy, that big muddy monster?
No, I haven't. But I really want to write like some fan fiction on it now. Like that's... I have like no time to do so, but I have this deep desire to write fan fiction about the muddy monster because I hadn't heard of it either. and I've lived in Effingham County my entire life. Now, a few counties
So
away.
That was new to you, too.
It was new to me as well, yeah.
Okay. Now, have you ever been to Murfreesboro?
Yeah, I've been to
Illinois?
Yeah,
Okay.
Several times. Now, see, had I known about it, there would have been late nights. It probably wouldn't have been good because there would have been like a late night search for this muddy monster somewhere, and it would probably wouldn't have ended well.
Well, see, that you can take your girls someday. Take your girls down there, camp out, tell stories, freak them out.
Yeah.
Make sure they got their GPS on.
Yeah, there is a story I do have for you. And since I know she's not going to listen, I can tell it.
Okay.
So my father took us all camping down to a sandbar. And I don't know how this all went down exactly, but there was a bullfrog. And it was, bullfrog, I can't do the ribbit, but it goes ribbit, real
Okay.
loud and deep.
Real loud bullfrog.
Somehow my dad, and for whatever reason, he convinced her that it was a bear. And so she believed that this bullfrog was a bear, and to the point to where we almost had to leave.
Oh, you're kidding.
Nope.
She got that scared.
She got that scared about it because he had convinced her that it was a bear. So.
Oh my goodness. Well, we have bullfrogs all around my house, and I'd be scared half to death if there must be like 20,000 bears around my property.
Maybe it's the muddy monster.
Maybe it is. Well, someday you're going to have to go down there and then report back to us. Maybe we'll give your own section of the podcast.
Go down there. I have to go down there late at night with a microphone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll find that. If you don't find that, maybe you'll find a bullfrog or a bear or something.
I think I'll probably find a police officer and have a hard time. Officer,
that's what you're going to find.
Yeah, so I'm just down here with a flashlight and a microphone, but this is really about a church podcast. I promise you.
And he's like, hey, this isn't the first time, buddy. We've had lots of guys down here looking, gals looking for the muddy monster with their cameras and their equipment. Anyway, let me know when you're going. Maybe I'll tag along.
There we go.
Well, hey, I wanted to spend a little time, too, just getting to know your testimony a little bit. I mean, when did you actually become a Christian?
So I really considered myself a Christian since probably the age of 11 or 12.
Okay.
My parents went to church lived 2 blocks away from a little church, and we went for about a year. And then we kind of stopped going. But I'd always considered myself a Christian. We went to different churches and things. But right after we had Charlotte, we kind of went around the different churches, and that's where we found New Hope.
Okay.
So we started coming every week. I started opening my heart to the message. And in particular, and I think I talked about this to somebody else today, it seemed a lot like, for whatever reason, just a coincidence probably, that the messages always seemed to be about me. To the point to where Bree would look over at me and be like, did you get anything out of that? And we
talk about that when we plan the sermons, actually.
Yeah,
we want to make sure this is about Ty Griffith.
Yeah. So I really appreciate that because nobody needs Jesus more than me, that's for sure. So I just started opening my heart to the message, and really the point for me was when I started really saying that prayer of surrender every day. Just and I must say all this with a grain of salt because I am a sinner. Like I am far from self-righteous. I'm far from perfect. I mess up all the time, each and every day. But what I do know is that even in the worst things that I've ever done in my life, that God knows about them, and He forgives me for them, and He sees me like He sees Jesus. And so when I think about it at that point, that's kind of what led me to decide to get baptized. Gosh, I don't know if I should admit this or not, but on the day to get baptized, like nothing went right? So
one of those days, yeah.
One of those days, I pop open the garage door. I actually back one of the cars into another one on the way. And so just like nothing went right. But I did end up getting baptized, which was a great experience. You were there.
Yes, sir.
So at age, let's see, what was that, 2 or 3 years ago? At age 35, I for the first time became baptized. And this church was a big part of that. I should say that.
So in a way, when you were younger, I mean, you said you kind of called yourself a Christian in the sense that you went to church, you knew Jesus was, but it took there was a few years there before, seemingly, what you kind of told me before, a few years before you actually came under conviction to really change, I guess, is the best way. How the Holy Spirit change your life and transform you.
Yeah, I think that I'd call myself I hate to say it, but I'd call myself the typical American Christian, to where I'm, I believe in God and Jesus, but I'm not going to let it change me, right?
Right.
So, and that's the kind of difference in mindset that will transform you. You have to want to be different. You have to want to die to your old self. You have to want to be a different person and a better person. And I mean, I know it. I know that I was a different person than even just a few years ago, which is kind of hard to admit. But really, you do change, and you have to want it, though.
That's awesome. What do you love most about Jesus? I know it's a loaded question, but I'm a pretty confident person. So for somebody to have the ability, I guess, to have the whole world could be possibly yours. Even the devil was tempting Jesus. The whole world could be yours. And instead, just the amount of torture that he went through, just for me, right,
for all of us, and I just can't imagine not giving in to the temptation. I give in to so many, we all sin.
Wow.
I give in to sin all the time. I give in to so many little sins. Can you imagine being, not giving in to sin in those different instances where he didn't?
That's awesome. No, it's a beautiful, the cross, beautiful picture of grace, but also I think we forget it's a torture tool. We see it as something hanging around your neck or something decorative, but he turned the torture tool into something that is beautiful. So no, that's great. I know that you have used the word with me, anyway, we talk a lot. You love the word surrender. You used it once already in this conversation. What does surrender mean, and why is it such an important word to you when it comes to the Christian life?
So surrender is basically giving God or the Holy Spirit control of your life. Left to my own devices, I say it all the time, and some people don't like it when I say it. Left to my own devices, that it's going to lead to misery and death. Like I am part of this world.
Right.
I'm broken just like this world. But when I surrender my actions, or at least ask, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit to be in control, and ask for that will to be done, that's what's going to lead to good things happening.
Right.
Now, it may be hard to see or even believe at times. However, I know that that's going to be better for me than what I'm going to decide.
Right.
So I'm surrendering over to something that I don't exactly know what's going to happen, but I want somebody else to take control because I don't want to be behind the wheel anymore.
That's awesome. That's a great picture of the way it should be, because it's all about trust. I mean, the fact that we would trust God enough to understand that he has our best interest at heart, and we're going to let him drive, like you said. Move over and let him drive. No, I think it's really, really good. Ty, let me ask you one last question before we do the 2-minute drill, which I think you're going to be excited about. But seriously, if you had one thing you could tell someone else about Jesus, as to that doesn't know him, that maybe they've had a bad experience with church, or maybe they have some heavy addictions in their life, or maybe there's just some issues that are holding them back from actually having faith or surrendering, like you said, what would you say?
I would just go back to that. Think about the worst thing in your life that you've ever done. Just picture it for a minute. Think about the worst thing that you've ever done in your entire life that maybe even nobody else knows about. Think about that. And Jesus knows it. But he chooses to love you anyway. He chose to die for that. For the worst thing that you ever did, the worst mistake you ever made. And I think that when you're in your worst, in these worst moments, when you really need somebody, that's whenever we seek out Jesus. And we should. But we should also seek him out in the good times as well, because he's there for us. And I think that's where the difference is not just seeking Jesus in the bad times and the lows, but also in the highs as well.
That's awesome. Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate you sharing your story. And are you ready for our 2-minute drill?
Yeah, I get to throw a football, right?
Always.
And now it is time for the 2-minute drill.
Favorite flavor of Jell-O?
I'm going to say red. I don't really ever eat Jell-O.
Cherry, strawberry, raspberry?
Let's say cherry.
Cherry, okay, good. Hiking in the Himalayas, water skiing in Wisconsin, or hang gliding in Honduras?
Hang gliding, I think that's the less effort part.
Rather own a parrot or a python?
Parrot.
Why?
A python could kill me. I think I could take a parrot.
You could take a parrot.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to watch a movie today. Is it going to be action movie, a mystery, or a rom-com?
Probably action. I just finished Cobra Kai, so I think it's probably going to be action at this point.
Awesome. 80s. Type of M&M, the plain ones, the peanut, or the almond?
Peanut.
Okay. Halloween costume, you have to pick one of these 3 things. Would you be a giraffe, a giant lizard, or a giant rat?
Probably a giant lizard. I have a dinosaur costume.
Oh, perfect. Your favorite amusement park ride?
The Beast.
Is that a Six Flags?
I think it's. I haven't been in a long time. I think it's.
Is it like a roller coaster?
It's a roller coaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. How about they're going to write a movie about your life? Who plays your part? Which celebrity?
Matthew McConaughey.
All right. What's your favorite New Hope Underground story?
Well, probably the Muddy Monster, but also the dude that spent time in a. I keep on wanting to say a bucket. It's not a bucket, but
it's like a barrel. He was in a barrel.
Like yeah.
On top of a pole.
On top of a pole.
He set like a Guinness Book of World Record, being there for so many days. I think it's like 78 days or something crazy.
Yeah, I don't get it though. That's not me. Like I guess it's just because I don't understand what the motivation is.
You won't do that for Jesus, huh? Put you in a barrel on top of a pole. I'm just joking.
Does somebody give me cheeseburgers?
Wait, last one. Favorite holiday and why?
Christmas, absolutely.
And why?
Well, first of all, Jesus' birthday. I think Christmas is just overall the spirit of everybody. We'll kind of, I guess it's 2020, so everything can change. But just if you go shopping around Christmas time, just the joy that you can feel in other people. And so I really wish that was all the time.
That doesn't do it for you at Valentine's Day or Labor Day or anything. It's got to be Christmas.
It's got to be Christmas.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. There's a whole culture to it.
Yeah, I don't get the people. No offense to you folks that have been celebrating Halloween because it's Christmas season. I think Sturkey's around here somewhere. He'll probably back me up. He might have his tree up already.
When do you start listening to Christmas music?
Oh, it never stops.
Never stops. All year round.
Well, you got Christmas in July, so that already happened.
Thanks, Ty. That was a 2-minute drill. Hey, we've had another fun experience, and Braden, thanks for being my co-host.
Yeah, no problem.
I've got a couple of things I want to kind of talk about as we do some shout outs. I love to do shout outs, which Braden, I don't know if you've ever heard of shout outs. Basically, shout outs, basically what I do is just people I notice in the church who are doing good stuff. Say, hey, thanks. Other people may not notice. But we just had a worship night at Shelbyville last Sunday night. And there were a lot of people pitching in to help that out. So just shout out to all the people that helped out the Shelbyville experience, if you will, for lack of a better term. I think they're called First Sundays. We just do one service a month right now at the Spruce Street Studios there in Shelbyville, and it was a good time. Had a good time out there, and Drew led the worship, and Tyler Sturkey did the sermon, and we had a lot of volunteers though that are helping out with greeting and with kids, and it's a job trying to get a hold of their service going. So I appreciate that. And then also youth group stuff's been going on. Now you're a high schooler, yeah, right? Are you in a small group?
Yeah.
What group are you in?
Karina Williams.
Okay. You're still in this. She's still with you, and you were in that in junior high.
Yep, I was.
So that's great. So how many people you got in that group, you think?
Oh, like 5.
5?
Yeah, not very many.
That's all right. That's good. So you guys are not having like small group, right? I mean, you guys are like having. What's going on right now? You guys?
They changed it, so like they made up these rooms at 180. They call like small group rooms or something. So we have like the real small group there in those rooms, and then
but everybody kind of shows up.
Yeah,
though,
everybody comes
group.
on the same day. So all the small groups are on the same day, and each small group has their own room.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you got your own room.
Mm-hmm.
You get to decorate it.
Yeah, they're all decorated.
You get to put your own. I mean, you decorate it for whatever you want, like posters and put up beanbag chairs, like your bedroom.
No, they just whatever chairs. And
they don't trust
couches.
you with that.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So what's been going on with that? I mean, you guys been doing anything crazy?
No, not really.
Nothing crazy.
Mm-mm.
Youth group, you're supposed to do something crazy.
Yeah.
Could be something crazy. You guys don't eat whipped cream or anything, or
Nope.
you don't like Bob for apples, or I don't know. You guys don't do anything.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Well, we do have these things called hangouts.
Uh-huh.
So that's basically that's like the hangout part of the small group.
Oh, so that's where you do. That's where you do the crazy.
Separate days. Yeah, that's where we do the crazy stuff.
Now, what kind of crazy stuff do you do?
Toilet papering.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
am I supposed to know this?
I don't think.
I mean, you like sneak around to people's houses, or and TP their houses.
Yeah,
that's what you do during hangouts.
Well, we set things out. So we have like a hangout in December. We'll probably do like a Christmas party or whatever.
Okay.
And
you're not going to TP somebody's house every single time.
No,
it's just kind of theme because it's fall.
Yeah,
that's what you do around Halloween.
Yep, pretty much.
So okay. So no whipped cream involved.
Nope, not yet. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know if you can actually have youth group without whipped cream. I just don't. I don't think that's possible. But oh well, more power to you guys.
Yeah.
God bless you. Well, shout out to Karina and your guys' small group.
Mm-hmm.
You need to. I'll tell you what. You bring the whipped cream next time and see what happens.
I'll bring the whipped cream.
Just bring it and
time.
Don't say anything.
Just set it on the table.
Set it on the table and just see what happens. Yep. And I guarantee you there will be fun. Fun will happen. Mm-hmm. Somebody will open the can of fun, and it'll something will happen it'll just it'll be unusual. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So,
unusual is fun.
You heard it right here in New Hope Underground. Braden Kaiser is going to bring the whipped cream.
Yes.
All right. We should do that on Sunday morning too.
Yes.
Bring a can of whipped cream.
Set it
on every pew. Every pew. Mm-hmm. Every pew gets one.
It'll be like reserved seating, but it's a can of whipped cream.
And we don't say anything about it, but we get up on stage and go, okay, we're going to count down 3, 2, 1, and just see what happens.
Who
if people
gets
grab
the
them,
message.
or people just automatically assume the countdown is a whipped cream fight.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way to do it.
I know. Just you need to spice things up somehow, some way,
And the new churchcomers, first time.
Yeah,
that's a way to welcome them in.
It's a very warm, welcoming way to say, hey, we're so glad you're here.
Exactly.
We want to cover you in whipped cream. And hope you hope you have a good day.
That's exactly right.
Welcome. Jesus loves you, and he also loves whipped cream. But yeah, I mean, it makes it more exciting. You never know what What's the do you have like the craziest thing you can think of that you ever done at youth group? Like you've been here all your life. We said you were born downstairs. So like what's most fun thing you've ever done?
Probably toilet paper. Yeah,
it's the toilet paper. You stick with that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, can you tell us like whose house you went after?
No,
that's secret.
Yeah, because we're gonna do it again.
Oh, now I'm really interested to know.
Don't worry.
I think everybody. I mean, tell me here. No one's gonna hear it. No one's gonna know.
Yeah, just all the people who listen to this.
This is the podcast.
Yeah.
His name is Braden, Braden Kaiser, Kiser. And just DM us at New Hope Underground on Instagram. We're at New Hope Underground on Facebook. You can message us there and just let us know if you have any idea if you're the one that's being TP'd and you're wondering who is doing it.
If you think I TP'd you.
I tell you what, if you think you were TP'd by Braden and his cohorts, now if you find an empty can of whipped cream in your yard,
that's when you'll know.
That's when you'll probably.
Me. That is my mark.
That's the mark you leave.
That's the mark.
That's like the card or the black rose or what
exactly.
Ace of spades, whatever that you leave to your trademark.
Yeah.
So there you go, folks. You have it right there. Now, I've often thought though that it's hard to It's hard to get serious in youth group unless there's something crazy.
Mhm.
You know, but you got to have both. You have to have both
You have
things going
to
on.
let it out, and then you can get serious.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because once you're sweating, you know.
You get kind of, all right, let's settle down and.
I always thought if there's a
Have
youth group night when people aren't sweating, something's wrong.
Exactly.
Somebody needs to be sweating, you know.
Exactly. Crank the heat up.
Usually it was me because I sweat like a pig.
Me too. I sweat at anything.
Just think about moving and you start sweating.
Stand up from my seat, dripping sweat.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you also help out around the church with different things? Like you're working for the church right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, just kind of whatever projects they throw at me and Tony.
The maintenance guy.
Yeah.
You guys are maintenance guys.
Yes, we are.
So you do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, pretty
Working out in the
much.
yard.
Mostly painting, though. We've done quite a bit of painting. Yeah.
Wow. Well, so there you go. I could, will you guys do my house?
How much you paying?
Oh, it's supposed to pay? I thought just since I was a pastor, it was free. I guess not.
We'll give
well.
you a discount.
I get the pastor discount. I got a little card, for that.
Exactly.
So that's fantastic.
Coupon.
Hey, thanks for helping me out on this
problem.
podcast.
Yeah.
And we got the shout outs. Let's see what else we got. Anything coming up? Let's see. Drew and I on the last episode, or preview, or one of the preview of the last, I think it's the last episode, we're talking about holidays coming up. And something good needs to happen in 2020 for crying out loud.
Exactly.
So you're looking forward to any of these holidays? You like Thanksgiving? Do you like Christmas?
I like Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I like them both.
I love them.
You love them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially Thanksgiving.
You get out of school.
Yeah.
You get to eat. Especially Thanksgiving. That's your favorite.
Yeah.
Why is that? Just because of eating?
Oh, yeah. I love food a lot. Especially if it's like good food. If it's bad food, I'll eat it if I have to.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food? Like of all the foods? Like pumpkin pie, turkey, cranberry sauce. Do you like cranberries?
Yeah, I like cranberries.
You don't care. You just eat it all.
Pretty much eat everything that they put out there.
Gotcha. You're like a vacuum.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, we've got a lot of good holidays coming up, and a lot of good things. So in the next few episodes, I'm sure we'll keep talking about it because we got to look forward to something. And the year's got to turn around here a little bit. That's for sure. Hey, thanks again for being on the show, and we'll have you back. Is that cool? And then we'll be listening too, and I'll be able to pitch your podcast whenever you bring it back.
Yes.
I'll pitch it on this podcast.
Exactly.
So New Hope Underground Nation, make sure you listen to Braden's podcast whenever it comes back, and I'll tell you about it.
You can watch the old episodes too.
Yeah, you can. And it's Vibin' with Braden.
And Michael.
Vibing, V-I-B-I-N, right? Vibin'.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got it with Braden and Michael. Check them out on iTunes, I guess?
Spotify.
Check it out on Spotify.
Spotify and YouTube.
And that reminds me, we're now on Amazon Music and YouTube. So check us out there for New Hope Underground too. So in case you are have never ever used that platform, try it out anyway. And that's about it. Hey, adios.